I think we need a metaverse minute on this show.
I think we need a metaverse minute on this show.
I always forget about that thing. But here, yeah, maybe I should just do the whole intro for this story like this for the Metaverse Minute. All right. Meta is taking flack over its metaverse. So the company released Horizon Worlds in Spain and France this week with a photo of Mark Zuckerberg's avatar enjoying France and Spain at the same time. So maybe we can get that avatar up on the screen. Take a look. It's quite hilarious. There it is. What is going on? This is just so much fun and begs so many questions. People are laughing, saying that the imagery looks like it's from the 90s and are asking the question, is Meta really prepared to compete in the metaverse? When we look at some of these other companies who have been building gaming worlds for decades, we look at their imagery, it is quite vastly different than what we're seeing on the screen here. Adam, you are our resident gamer. When you see this, do you beg that question? Do you think, based on this image, Facebook can't do it? They can't play in the gaming world. There are a bunch of companies out there doing it better right now.
So I always think that it's fun to make fun of Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. I mean, let's just be real. As far as the billionaires who are out there who you can make fun of, without being concerned, he seems like he's pretty okay. Zach, I'll get to you in a second. But as far as as far as kind of the art and what we're talking about here, honestly, this looks like a typical early metaverse experience, right? If you're familiar with something if you're familiar with any of the platforms, that are out there that offer this type of kind of 3D chat world type of thing, this is very consistent with that. So I think that it's tempting to just kind of wave this away and be like, oh, hey, this proves that they're not actually serious. I think the reality is that the amount of money that they're investing means that whether or not this is a good product or a good first indicator, they're serious and they're spending the money to do it. We probably won't see the results of that money for a decent amount of time because they really have no incentive to kind of push this. A lot of the problems about metaverse today are really built around the hardware, right? And the experience of actually using it in that way. And that's kind of the challenge that you need to get past. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if they were investing a quarter to half of the money that they're putting into this project actually in hardware efforts that we're not seeing at all. Because really we need to get to a place where it's just as simple as putting on a pair of sunglasses, right? At that point, suddenly all of this stuff makes a lot more sense than it does today with these big, headsets that you strain your neck and you look like an idiot and you run into walls, and it's lots of fun. I've been doing it since the early days, but it's not so great. Zach?
Making fun of Facebook's played out. It's just too easy. It's just I don't know, get over it. Facebook does something and people make fun of Facebook. Great. Cool headline. Sweet. I'm bored. But yeah, this just looks like Decentraland, right? It's the closed metaverse. It's not the open metaverse that you can find in Decentraland. But this is what the metaverse is, right? These more immersive online experiences. You can go to the metaverse casino and play blackjack. That's what the metaverse is. That's kind of what the metaverse looks like at this point in time. And the question is whether do you prefer a more open metaverse or a more closed metaverse? And I think what the Facebook metaverse represents is a more walled garden, right? A more controlled, maybe more inviting, maybe more friendly, maybe even a better experience than some of the open metaverse platforms out there. But the question is, do you want to play in that walled garden and take the trade-offs of doing so? Or do you want to have true digital ownership that can travel with you to whatever metaverse you ultimately want to check out? And that's really the question that I think Meta, Facebook, is going to have to face when they're building their metaverse. Is it going to play nicely with other metaverses out there on the internet in Web 2 and in Web 3? And that's really incumbent upon them to think that through. And it's going to be super interesting to see what they build or what they don't build with this big investment in the metaverse. So are they going for the only game in town, or are they going to play nice with some of the existing options out there? That's my thought on this, besides just Mark Zuckerberg looking funny. Can we get that? Remember that photo where he had all the sunscreen on and he was on the surfboard, the foil thing? That's a good. That was the best one. But anyway,
I do that.
Over to you.